Where's the headphones? Bless you.
Bless you.
Good God, Stephen.
God bless you.
Somebody's allergic to meetings.
God bless you.
Go to set to the it doesn't work with you. Bluetooth.
I had it on. Let me try. Hold on.
I have to.
I thought I was on it. It said I was connected.
Off, so you don't
There's a mo-
All right. All right, we're going to call our meeting to order, our Q4 Central Committee meeting to order. I want to welcome you all here, and we're going to start with Susan Hipman leading us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Unmute yourself, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And next we will have our roll call by Isaac.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sorry for the delay there. Well, CD chairs, we're back to virtual, and with virtual, I'm not going to obligate you to peck through the list of folks. So at this point, since we wanted a fun roll call earlier during steering, let's have a fun one now. CD chairs, we're going to go through, and you're going to brag a little bit on all the good stuff your CDs did when we kicked Winston Seaver's tail and sent a whopping Democratic majority to the House. What do you say? So we'll start with the first, Diane Carter DeMeo. And also, if you have any new members, let me know.
Hey, Isaac.
You muted yourself, Matt.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Diane just sent me a message. She's trying to get into the Zoom.
Okay. We will take a temporary pass on CD1 then and move on to Sandra Brandt.
Good evening, Virginia Democrats. It's really so exciting because we elected all of our incumbents, and we even added a new delegate from Chesapeake, which is Karen Casey Carnegie. I'm really happy about that. We also now have 7 candidates for CD2 for next year. And I also want to say I'm so happy that my senator for many years, Senator Warner, has announced this week that he's running again, and we all have to get behind him and make sure that he gets elected. So I would wish happy holidays to all of my fellow Democrats here and have a great one. Thank you. No new members.
Thank you kindly. We will move on to, is Diane on now? All right, we'll do Charlie Stanton, CD3.
Well, happy holidays to everybody. Third CD, this is like extemporaneous fun you put on us, Isaac, but all I can say is the third CD turned out in great numbers that helped get our candidates over. We're so proud to be the home of our Attorney General-elect, the first African American to assume that position come January. So there are a lot of things we're good. Sandra, I'm pretty sure in the 3rd Congressional District, we do not have 7 people running. But so with that
You're
as
lucky.
with that as the dean of the congressional delegation, our Super Bobby Scott, we are here with no new members. Onward to the blue wave, folks.
Thank you, Charlie, and love your background, by the way. And then we'll go to CD4, Alexis Rogers.
Good evening, Democrats, and happy holidays from the fabulous 4th Congressional District. We are proud of our work sending a couple new members to Speaker Scott's caucus, and Lindsey Doherty and Kim Pope Adams in the central region. Of course, we're excited that we reelected all of our Democratic incumbents as well. And not to reserve her for last, we're excited, of course, to celebrate our Senator Ghazala Hashmi, who has moved up to the esteemed position of Lieutenant Governor-elect, and we are excited to celebrate her victory as well. That does, of course, mean that we are still hard at work in the 4th Congressional District with special elections to replace our senator. We are hard at work and excited for the help that we've received across the state, the Commonwealth, I should say. And we have no new members. Mr. Sarver, thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you. We'll move on to the Forage 5th, which I think has an extravaganza this weekend. Patricia Harper Tunley.
Good evening. Good evening. The Forward 5th is excited, very excited for all the work that was put in during the election. I do have to put in an extra highlight for our locality in Prince Edward, which hosted our now governor-elect Spanberger. And we had a super huge turnout, and we have not had the presence of a statewide candidate in that area in some time. And so very, very proud of that, proud of the turnout. And then also in Charlottesville, we had a huge turnout in Nelson. All of the localities did absolutely wonderful. I thank them all for all of their hard work. And to top off all of that hard work, on Saturday, this coming Saturday, rain, snow, or shine, just like the mailman, we will have our extravaganza at the taverns in Rice, Virginia. So if you're looking for tickets, tickets are still available. Come on down and hang out with us and see how we celebrate and recharge and get ready for what we have going on in 2026. The work is still going on.
Excellent. Thank you, Patricia. We'll move to the Shenandoah Valley and Kim Crump.
Hey everyone, greetings from the Valley and CD6. We are super excited. I'm going to kind of like steal a little thunder from CD9, but we're super excited to have Lily Franklin going to the House this year. And Lily actually has 2 precincts in CD6, so we claim her. Naturally. And she's done so much good work for us here anyway through different campaigns. Also, we have Sam Rasool going back, and we had a very close race with Andrew Payton in D34. I think it was about 230 votes and some change in the end after all the provisionals were counted. So looking forward to Andrew running again in D34. We're off and running with 3 congressional candidates so far. And so we're excited for 2026. We're ready to get behind redistricting and turning out votes in the referendum, and we're ready. See you in 2026.
We'll move on to the, are there no new members, Kim?
No new members.
Perfect. We'll move on to the 7th, Matt Rowe.
All right, from the stupendous 7th District. We have a lot of great success that we had last month. So we have the return of Elizabeth Guzman to the House of Delegates. And we also are adding to our congressional delegation Stacey Carroll from Central Stafford County and Nicole Cole, who's representing parts of Spotsylvania and Caroline. You can now drive from the Long Bridge in Arlington all the way to the bottom of Caroline County on Interstate 95 and never leave a Democratic House of Delegates district. So in addition to that, we also had local success. The Fredericksburg Democrats completely swept their election. All the Democrats won there. And for the first time in forever, there is now a Democratic majority on the Stafford County Board of Supervisors. That's a big one. That was hard earned, and they did a really good job there. And we have no new members on the 7th CD committee.
Thank you, Matt. We'll go up to the 8th District, Margot Horner. Margot, you with us? We may circle back there. We'll move on to the fighting 9th, Rebecca Daly.
Happy holidays, everyone. Well, we're excited in the fight 9th. We had some great turnouts. Of course, Lily Franklin is our first delegate for a long time in Southwest Virginia. We're thrilled about that. We had Donna Littlepage, who took 47% of the vote in the Roanoke County District 40 area. Eric Klotz took 30% of the vote in Franklin County, which is huge. Cindy Green took 30% of the vote in Bristol. So we had a lot of great outcomes. And we also, 3 Democrats ran on the ticket in Radford, and all 3 won, which is awesome because Radford has been a strongly red area. So anyway, we do have 2 new members. Unfortunately, Kim Chippetto placed her resignation after 26 years on the fighting 9th, and she'll be sorely missed. And of course, Lily will automatically get our seat because she's our delegate-elect now. So we replaced them with Tracy Klotz and Diana Richardson. So 2 new members.
Thank you, Rebecca.
You're welcome.
Well, and also, I think Matt Rowe might have avoided slipping in a humble brag there. He got elected to the Fredericksburg City Council. So we want to recognize that. In the 10th, let's go to Zach Prakowski.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Here in the 10th, I'm proud to say that we elected John McAuliffe to the state legislature, turning Loudon 100% blue in the state legislature. They still got some work to do on the Board of Supervisors and the school board there. We're pretty pumped. I remember when I started out in this party, 15 years ago, Loudon was almost all red, and now it's all 100% blue. Also, electing Delegate McAuliffe put some blue back in Fauquier. Fauquier is a purple county, and we're proud to say that it's now a purple county in the state legislature as well. And we also sent Elizabeth Guzman back to Richmond where she belongs, and we're really happy about that as well because she was a great delegate and she'll be a great one again.
All right, thank you. And any new members, Zach?
Oh, no, sorry.
Perfect. And then we'll go on to the 11th, Manisha Singh.
Thank you, Isaac. We are the proud district, a home of our new Congressman, James Walkinshaw, who is doing an amazing job every single day. We once again delivered in this election. We went all blue, sent back each and every one of our delegates back to Richmond. So we are really excited. This has been a great year. We still have one special election that's coming up on 9th of December for our Board of Supervisors seat, but I'm so proud of the year we had. And if anyone wants to see something fun done by Democrats, I would say follow James Walkinshaw on Instagram because he posts the most educative reels on Instagram. So please do follow him. And that's all I have. Thanks.
And we'll circle back to Diane Carter DeMeo.
Hey, y'all. I'm sorry. I've broken my foot and everything is just super slow in my life right now. But I don't even know how to act. Aside from bringing back Rodney Willett, we now have Jessica Anderson, Mark Downey, Leslie Maida, Virgil Thornton, and May Nevar as new members of the House of Delegates. So you can go from Poquoson to Henrico, and you have Democrats representing CD1. I am so tickled. We have no new members since the last meeting, but people just did a beautiful job, and I am so proud.
Excellent. And we'll move to last but certainly not least, the fearless Margot Horner in the 8th CD.
Thanks, Isaac. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I hope everybody hears me. Well, Virginia Democrats, a lot has happened in the 8th, as it's happened in Virginia, and I'm thrilled about it. Winning the trifecta was awesome, but let me just take a few points here. We had outstanding numbers in early voting and on November 4 in the 8th District. We were so proud with all of the turnouts. Furthermore, too, I'd like to say that all of of the chairs of the local committees have decided that they will not seek the office again. So that is sad on a one note because of the great experience and all of the time and energy they put into it, but we will have new faces. And let me say too that, so that's Steve Baker and Sandy Marks and Jeff Person. I would like to say that Fairfax, Aaron is on the 11th, but he also had a great interest in always calling into the 8th. We had just an outstanding time. Furthermore, too, we had a very successful Kennedy King on October 23, and our own Democratic Party chairman came to it, and I thank you, Senator, for that. Furthermore, too, we had Congressman Don Beyer and our newest congressman in Northern Virginia, James Walkinshaw, there, and both were fabulous. I would like to say we raised some money, and that money we turned over $30,000 to Jay Jones. And we like to think that that could possibly have just pushed him over. At least we all think that. And furthermore, too, I would like to say we have no new members, but we know we have a lot ahead of us in our work for the future. And we stand ready and willing to deliver and serve. Thank you.
Thank you, Margot. And with that, I would seek a oh, I see Diane's raising her hand. You gotta unmute though.
Again, it's the pain meds. Can I just mention that our governor and lieutenant governor are from the 1st?
Absolutely. With that, I would seek a motion from the body to ratify Tracy Klotz and Diana Richardson's additions to the roles of the Central Committee.
So moved.
All
Second.
right. I heard a motion from Abby, and who was that second from?
Susan Hippen.
Susan Hippen. You love to hear it. All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none. Thank you all, and welcome to those two new members. Mr. Chairman, I'm very pleased to report we have a robust quorum, and even though we couldn't be together in person tonight, it sounds like just about every CD across the Commonwealth has something to celebrate this year as that blue wave crested. So let's carry it forward and maybe have a repeat next November. What do you say? And with that, Mr. Chair, I return to you.
Thank you, Isaac. This sounds like a plan. Let's do it again. I'm going to hold off on the chair's report and move over to the executive director's report.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Appreciate you. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy to be on the call with you. My report is going to be simple today. Just going to walk through our proposed budget for the coming year. So if we could get that shared for everyone. I will. Hey, so just want to start with a recap of how this year went, which was an excellent year due to incredible staff work, incredible work by the people in this group. Because I didn't show up until August, so I cannot claim credit for this. But our estimated revenue for this year is going to be 2.663 million. Estimated expenditures 2.63 million, with an estimated cash on hand of $531,725. Do want to leave with the caveat that the total revenue and the cash on hand numbers could potentially increase based on a couple of things over the end of the year. So feel confident about the place we're in. At the moment, we can go to the next slide. So for next year, the way I like to talk about the 2026 budget years, that is what I call the break-even year. It is in terms of us and the way money moves, it's one of the slower of the four for us. I think to me, it is the slowest of the four for us, which is why these numbers are a little bit lower. So we expect that total revenue will be $2,448,968 for the year, with expenditures just underneath at $2,438,000, which would leave us with let's go back 2 slides, which would leave us with the cash on hand at right at forward one, right at $542,000 for the year. Can we go forward 1 slide? There we go. Which is a really comfortable place to be in, going into the 27 cycle, which is one of the cycles where DPVA having cash on hand, in addition to what's coming out of the House and Senate caucus, puts us in a great position to be successful for that year. We can go 2 slides forward. All right, so for revenue, the way we broke it down, some of the movement and the difference in the numbers from previous years is sort of how we're defining some things. Some of it is expected growth or slight contraction in a couple places. So on the large donor front, I think we can bring in about $425,000 over this coming year. From events, we think we can do, this is a slight increase, about a 2.5% increase from where we were. This year, we can get up around $355 from events, bulk of that obviously being Blue Commonwealth Gala, but also will include some potential new events and events that we've historically done that have been pretty good to us. On the digital and data front, we expect to see about $100,000 decrease in van revenue, because there are so many fewer people running this year, in comparison to the gubernatorial cycle. But we do expect to see 2 to 4% increases in some of the digital stuff. We figured some stuff out over the back half of the year that we think we can take advantage of long term. So we think we can do about $671,000 there. JFAs and grants, this is sort of what I call like the sort of locked in money. A lot of that money has been coming in through different grants or programs or joint fundraising agreements. Before I was ED the first time, still come in now. So that's sort of standard money at about $421,000. Plan to revive the direct mail program, which was going really good over the past couple years. I took it down a little bit this year because rebooting something, you always see a little lull in the beginning, but once that thing gets rolling, we think it can get back to where it was over the previous 2 years. So we think we'll do a little less than $80,000 this year. And then the sort of like knick-knack administrative and other money will equal about $100,000, which gets us to the $2.448 million. We can go forward 2 slides to the expenses. So on the expenses front, like most organizations, staff, healthcare, sort of the operation of the day-to-day, it takes the bulk. So you'll see $1.375 million on staff and healthcare. Legal and consultants, about $300,000. Events, we expect to spend about $445,000, a little over on events, between office rent and equipment needed, a little less than $145,000. On travel, we think we'll do $43,000. This is all inclusive travel. So this is all staff and chair travel, both in and out of state. On the data front, this is the one place where we took an expense up a pretty significant amount. Just in the expectation, so many things cost more money than they have historically cost, and we haven't been hit really hard with that on the data front, but I took that up about 10% just in case we see it in some of the subscription and other things we do there. So took that up to $54,000. On the direct mail, we think that program will cost us about $35,000 to run. We plan to double it in profit. And then subscription fees and like other administrative costs account for about a little less than $41,000, which is how we get to the $2.438 million number. And then we go to the last slide to talk through the staff and healthcare stuff. So on salary and wages, we think we'll spend just under $889,000. This is inclusive of the chair stipend, which is currently at the $55,000 number. On the health insurance side, we did have to switch healthcare plans for the staff this year because the plan that we were on no longer exists. So we ended up having to go to a plan that is similar, but it does cost 8% more. We are going to try and avoid 8% yearly increases in this. But everybody who deals with healthcare companies here understand how this goes. So we think that number will be right around $150,000. Employer taxes, just over $250,000. Retirement benefits, just under $60,000, and then stipends, fees, and sort of people operations, the day-to-day of making the office work. We expect that to cost us about $23,266 for the cycle, which is how we get to that $1.3 375 number. So this is an overview of this year. Again, just to reiterate, this is sort of the break-even year. The gubernatorial year is the big one, followed by the presidential, followed by the in-state midterm year, which is the second odd number year here, and then the federal midterm is sort of the slowest, which is why this budget is actually a pretty simple one, probably the least ambitious one that we will have as long as I am ED here. So I appreciate the time, Mr. Chair. I'll give it back to you.
Thank you, Chris, and I will entertain any questions or motion.
Make a motion to approve the budget.
There's a motion. There's a second. All those in favor express by saying aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Thank you all, and thank you again, Chris. And is there anything else for you to share? I think that should be it.
That's all I got this time.
All right. Thank you so much. And we'll turn it over to Abby Easter with the treasurer's report.
Good evening, everybody. From October 1st through December 1st, Q4, the party generated $537,354.99 in income, with the expenses totaling $432,821.73. This leaves us with a positive gain of $104,533.26. Digital and direct mail services made up a significant portion of the income we received this quarter. A large part of the program has been focused on digital fundraising, generating a sizable amount of our total income. As usual, van purchases accounted for a good portion of our revenue this quarter. This quarter, expenses totaled $432,821.73. As always, the largest expense category for the party is staff. This includes payroll taxes, healthcare costs, and retirement benefits, which we're really happy to pay for the staff. This fourth quarter also saw expenses for purchases related to compliance services, legal services, software services, and digital advertising. The DPVA has approximately $510,205.51 cash on hand. We're happy to report that the financial state of the party is strong heading into Q1 2026. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will file my report for audit.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer, for that report. And we will move forward with officer reports, starting with Gayleen.
Happy holidays, everyone. And this is an exciting time. I want to thank everyone for their hard work. I want to thank our local committees and our CD chairs. I mean, everybody had boots on heels and everything on the ground, and the numbers proved it. This is so exciting. I want to say that we've been really busy. I want to thank our training team. We've had many trainings throughout the process. Trainings through the through volunteer training and grassroots trainings, and we have had reorganization trainings and the electoral boards trainings, because it's important now. We have 2 members that are going to be Democrats on an electoral board, and every locality should have a Sunday vote. And we're going to be pushing Sunday votes. And if you need talking points, let me know. We want to push Sunday votes. All through the election, I met with all of the campaign managers at the top of the ticket. I met with them at the top of the ticket. Every Friday we met and with Jenner with the House. So we was able to make sure that we were all on the same page, and then I was able to give information to take it back to the local committees. And that was great as well, too. And then we have CD chairs meetings now. So we meet bi-monthly with the CD chairs, and then they get the chance to collaborate with each other as well. And then and re-emphasize the importance to local committees that the CD chairs is their first line of defense for assistance to help them. And so that's worked out very well, too. I'm so excited. Voter protection was great. I mean, we didn't really have any major issues on election day, which was wonderful. Early vote was wonderful. I mean, everybody just did the work. So I just want to end my report with this because I am looking forward to um, 2026. But I want to leave you with the holiday blue wave cheer. Jingle bells ringing, the blue waves here. Virginia Democrats, let's spread the cheer with hope in our hearts and joy in our song. Together we stand, united and strong. Happy holidays, everyone.
Woohoo!
Happy holidays, Gayleen. And we're gonna
I got one more thing, Mr. Chairman, and
go ahead, have fun.
I'll be headed to Los Angeles next week for the DNC chair. And all of us DNC folks, we pay our own, it's on our own dime. But we're gonna go to Los Angeles next week, and I can't wait to be able to share all the great things we did on the national circuit and then bring back some information to you all and to our local committees too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you in LA. Mark, we're going to skip you for just one moment and go to Ricardo with communications and technology.
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
I'm assuming that that's a yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Stand by. Okay. So first, I want to recognize that election night went remarkably smoothly from a reporting standpoint. The cybersecurity concerns that we were prepared were effectively mitigated, and we ended up with a clear, unquestionable result for Governor-elect Abigail Spanberger. With that behind us, now it's a perfect moment to check our committee's cyber hygiene. Many of us still have very much likely Google spreadsheets that with personally identifiable information from all the canvassing and door knocking. And this is really the right time to secure and permanently delete anything that we no longer need. A few months ago, I shared a brief training on this information as part of the trainings that Gayleen just mentioned, mainly about avoiding clickbait, resharing, and protecting our committees from the rise in harassment at in-person events. Even though I owe some of you a handout, but here are a few of the core reminders on that. Number one, avoid real-time posting from events until do them after the fact. This is something that I also stress at the October meeting, especially now during the holidays. Try to limit your behind-the-scenes content that reveals any routine or anything that may provide something to a potentially malicious actor. But if threats do appear on your social media thread, don't delete, but instead archive the evidence and report it to law enforcement. And verify sources before amplifying anything. Obviously, the DPVA official social media channels are duly vetted, and obviously we always encourage you share what the party is posting. And as always, multi-factor authentication remains one of the strongest defenses across ActBlue, Vote Builder, Google Docs, really anything that we use. Also earlier this year, I shared a training on AI. Many of you joined similar sessions offered by local committees like Fairfax. The conversation around AI is getting harder every day. Viral memes and partisan language and banger memes from the White House often overpower political or often empower official government information, and once reliable sources are becoming less trustworthy. Ultra-realistic AI poses an even bigger threat and real challenge to our political ecosystem. Misinformation will almost certainly seep into our discourse as we head into the midterms. And that's why I'm reactivating the DPVA Technology Working Group beyond the newsletter to help navigate these issues. This is separate from the excellent work that the DPVA staff is already doing to support our elected officials. As part of this effort, I'm appointing Matt Royer to lead the technology working group. Matt, former VAYD chair, brings a strong professional background at the intersection of communications and technology. Sorry, I was eating before this report. I was counting on Mark to go ahead of me. I'm excited to have Matt join the tech team as we move forward. If you attended the October meeting, you may have also remembered me showcasing an app called Sync to Win. If you're interested in learning more about it, just feel free to reach out. As always, if you see anything suspicious online, please contact security@vademocrats.org, or you can always reach out to me at ricardo@vademocrats.org. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Ricardo. Clarence, what do you have for us in finance?
Hey, Mr. Chairman, thank you. I don't have a separate financial report today, but I just wanted to congratulate the DPVA team on a very successful year. You may remember that at the beginning of the year, we had a different chair. We didn't have an executive director or we had transition during this year. We didn't have a finance director for a part of the year, but yet the team was able to meet a very ambitious goal, probably the highest operating budget that we've ever had, similar to the 2024 cycle. And I think that's something that's a testament to the team that's here and the work that's been put in. So congratulations, Mr. Chairman, and look forward to working together on a successful year in 2026. Thanks.
Thank you. And then outreach. I don't know if we have Louise on with us. Awesome. And so now we'll just go over back to Mark. We'll move Mark into general business. We'll start general business, and Mark, you have the floor.
All right. All right. Thank you, Chairman Bagby. All right. So my report is going to revolve around reorganization. So for those that are familiar or not familiar, there is a part in the party plan that requires us to adopt a formula for reorganization on how we distribute delegates. And so there's essentially four formulas. There's formula A, B, C, and D in the party plan. And so just to give you a very high level idea of what these formulas represent, Formula A is basically population and the average Democratic vote in the most recent elections for governor, U.S. senator, and U.S. president. Formula B is, again, equal weight to population and average Democratic vote in the most recent elections for governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general, which we just had. Formula C has no population component, and it provides equal weight to Democratic vote in the most recent elections for governor, U.S. senator, and U.S. president. And then again, Formula D, no population component, equal weight to the Democratic vote in the most recent elections for governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general. So we just met as steering did and went through the various formulas. Steering has recommended that we adopt Formula B. And so part of, let's see, I'm going to try to I'm just going to bring it up onto the screen so folks can see what the delegate allocations are. Let me bring that open. Where is this thing? Okay. Sorry, just give me one moment. Oh, I got to send a request to share. Let's see if I've been granted. Okay. I don't think sharing is turned on. But let's see. Okay, now I can share. So hold on one moment. All right. So if you look here, I'm gonna try to blow it up a little. I know it's a little hard to see. But essentially 11 congressional districts. We have formula A, B, C, and D. This is precisely how we've done this in the past. And so, like I said, we as steering voted to recommend Formula B, and part of the reason before that was, rural districts benefit from population weighting versus performance only formulas. I mean, this is not the same as, holding a state convention um, where different congressional districts could have, different advantages based on the formula. This is more of like how the formulas get broken down. Oh, let's see. Apparently my screen is pixelated. I wonder if is anybody else not able to see the screen? Okay. It might just be one person's connection. But,
It's okay now.
okay. Um, so that, so there's no like real comparison, like worrying about the district. It's more of how it's going to get broken down within the congressional district, and we have tables associated with it. I guess my question is, does anybody have any questions, or is somebody willing to make a motion to adopt the recommendation from steering committee?
So moved.
Is there a
All right.
motion? There's a motion and a second. Is there a second?
Second.
Yeah, I seconded it.
Okay. So go
There's
ahead.
a motion and a second. Hold on one second. I think we have one question.
Okay,
David,
David,
you have the floor.
Yes. I'm not entirely sure. Is he saying B as in boy or D as in dog?
B as in boy.
B as in
Okay,
boy.
thank you.
Did you say B as in boy?
B as in boy.
Yeah, B as in boy. Mike, next, Mike, do you have a question?
I do. I could not understand the difference between B, C, and D.
Okay, so B includes population in terms of like gives equal weighting to both population and the average Democratic vote essentially in the last statewide election for governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general.
Can you flip to,
meaning this cycle?
the notes? Can you flip? If you flip to the notes tab, it's right in there.
Meaning this cycle that we just passed.
Oh, if you want me to put hold on here, I had a little bit of notes tab. It's in there.
Just trying to
Okay.
understand.
So here's I'm going to blow this up so folks can take a look in the notes tab. This is basically what each of the different definitions for the formulas are. Essentially, C and D just doesn't give any weight to population. So B and D are the same, and A and C are the same, but C and D just doesn't take into account population.
So what is the mechanism to protect rural votes from urban votes over weighting the circumstances? What's
Well, the one that obviously population helps, because if you think about it, like in and again, this is not the same as like Northern Virginia versus some rural areas, like because this is not a state convention we're going to. This is going to be a CD convention, but like basically, obviously in areas that are heavily Democratic, a lot of the urban centers, the amount of delegates getting allocated to those folks would be typically higher if we weren't to take into account population as well. So by averaging
if you'd run candidates in the rural spaces, you would have more data to kind of fill out that.
Sure. So like B would be
right?
beneficial for making sure that some of the areas that might not be as blue, maybe some more of the rural areas, depending on the circumstances.
Are you talking about registration, or are you talking about votes? Because
I'm talking about population, the population of the county.
Yeah, but the population that votes, or the population that is registered?
The population that is registered to vote.
Right. So then those populations that have not had somebody stand up or be stood up are not actually going to be in this equation because they haven't had a candidate, so they haven't had votes to be counted.
Well, I mean, people are registered to vote whether they vote or not. I mean, so I don't know if that would. Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Mark,
If there's no person to vote for, and you're
there were several. You had a statewide ticket this year, so
we
that
did
was
the first time.
Yeah.
I want to say, I think it's census
Yeah.
population.
So yeah,
Yeah.
census
So
population.
hold on.
I'm sorry.
Hold,
Go ahead.
Okay.
yeah, hold on, Mark. Hold on, Mark. Let's go to Ben and then Swecker. Go ahead, Ben.
Sure. Mark, it strikes me that the using um uh, uh, whether we incorporate population or not, using Formula B over Formula A, or were we to choose between the formulas without population, using Formula D over Formula C, would disadvantage communities with more minority voters because the turnout fall off in off-year elections would be greater in those communities than in white communities. So there may be a trade-off that I'm missing, but why did steering prefer B over A? Or if we were to go without population, D over C, when my first instinct is that we would want the reverse to fairly account for the minority voices in our communities.
So one of the rationale or reasons that were given during the discussion was that Formula B provided the benefit of population, like basically rural districts benefit from population weighting versus performance only formulas. And so that was one of the reasons. We really just looked at, I think we were really focused on A or B, but obviously since, B is very, hold on here. I had some other notes that I took during the conversation that we just had. And so, basically Formula B makes sense because the statewide constitutional races, governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, typically serve as the most consistent measure of the state Democratic Party's strength outside of the presidential year cycle. As these conventions are for central committee reorganization, which is essentially an internal party matter, using a metric based on the party's core statewide ticket, we consider that the fairest measure of a district's performance and organizational strength within the state structure. So that's one of the reasons why, outside of the conversation about rural versus urban and making sure folks that we're taking care of all. And again, this is going to be broken down a little bit more because not only like you're just looking at, let me go back here, you're just looking at high level numbers here, which is just the total, but we actually also break this down. And this would be provided by the congressional district chairs when they put out their calls. So like Formula B, let's just look at like the first congressional district, for instance. The 202 number is just like at a high level. But when you look at specific performance on a county and city level basis, and also juxtapose that with the average weighting of population, you get a certain breakdown in terms of each locality. And so like these charts would be provided, and then everyone would, call the convention would be issued, and then essentially like we'd have caucuses start electing these delegates. So let me see. I see Isaac has his hand up. I know Isaac seems to be next.
What? No, we got Swecker next, and then we
Swecker.
got Zach.
Thank you. Just going back, I just want to be very clear to remind everyone that last year, this year, and this coming year, every voter in Virginia has a candidate to vote for because we have statewide elections. So I just wanted to make that point, which is, in terms of everybody had an opportunity to vote for, governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general. So everyone had options this year, which as we see, all the turnout across the Commonwealth was driven up, some more in some places than others, but everybody had opportunity to participate.
Yep. Zach.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I just want to quickly point out what I point out in steering, which is that because there is no statewide convention, the numbers that you see with the CD totals Like you don't have to worry about, how does CD9 get delegates versus CD8 because, CD9 is picking, 20 people on Central, the same 20 people as CD8. So it actually, when we're talking about urban versus rural, it would be like within, how the numbers change within CD9, in terms of like, well, in terms of like which counties get fewer or more seats. But it's not like this is not like a situation where depending on which formula you pick, Arlington gets a bunch of extra seats on Central. All Central is going to be divided 20 seats per CD, the same way it always is. This does not change that. All this changes is the allocation within the CD, if that makes sense. So it's not a case where like you're going to get screwed by Loudoun or you're going to get screwed by Virginia Beach or whatever. It's all within your CD.
Thank you, Zach. Susan.
To answer Mike's original question, no, the rural districts are not going to get screwed by the urban districts because the districts are drawn with census population. Okay, therefore you will have this as close as they can, the same number of citizens in each congressional district, in each Senate district, state Senate, in each delegate district, and so on. So your districts are drawn that way. That's why rural districts look bigger than urban districts. Does that make more sense, Mike?
All right.
Yes,
you,
I
Susan.
understand the distinction. My concern is that we only have one.
Okay. Thank you. We're going to close out with Isaac, and then we'll take a vote.
Sorry about that. No, I was just going to chime in. I've been on the Central for about 16 years at this point, and historically we tend to make these votes off of Formula A and Formula B because they do provide the freshest data set. And one thing I would mention about Formula B in relative terms and Formula A is that if you break this down to the locality level, some of the very smallest localities like Bland, Highland, Norton City, under C and D would have no delegates allocated under consideration of DPI. This tends to overstate and kind of allow more delegates to come from individual smaller localities where perhaps the party hasn't been quite as strong in the past, as a way of sort of correcting for that imbalance. And that's where the population piece comes into play. It means a Norton or a Buchanan County, by virtue of their size, will have a chance to have more bites at the delegate apple in the context of their CD convention. So those are my reasonings for supporting it, having been a CD9 chair a few years back and always wanting to make sure we have as many delegates as possible from our localities. But the difference is really, by and large, for most of our CDs, very negligible. The localities and districts that are most impacted are CD8, CD11, and CD9 because they are kind of the extreme cases under DPI. Otherwise, realistically, we're talking about a handful of delegates across most of those 8 other CDs.
Thank you, Isaac.
So I just want to chime in and say that I certainly support Formula B in this context.
Thank you, Isaac. Sandy, I see Sandy, and then we'll take a vote.
I just wanted to raise something that Isaac raised, which was just that this affects the 8th and 9th district so deeply. I was wondering if you could scroll down so we could see what they look like on this chart. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, this is the 8th. I'm guessing, is there any other
The ninth.
questions or?
The ninth.
Oh, the ninth. Do we want to scroll down? Well, this is the ninth right here. So this is the 8th.
No, it's a 7.
No, that's not the 7th. The 7th is above. That's the total. So this is here, and then this is the 9th.
Yeah, the line at the bottom is the
Yeah.
is the CD, and so um,
Here,
I
how
think
about I do like this, like that? That might be easier.
all right. All right, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor express by saying aye.
Aye. I'm the only one on the.
Do you?
We
You
have
got me? You ready?
Yeah, they should all be.
All those in favor express by saying aye.
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 All right, those opposed have the
Nay.
same right.
Aye.
Nay.
no.
All right, those that are nays, put your hand up for me, please,
Now,
so we can count those.
and I'm going to say that I can't see what the distribution is.
Wait,
And
I'm
I don't
sorry.
have
I'm
the
sorry.
second.
I'm sorry. We're in the middle of voting now.
Yeah, and we
No.
can't see what the distribution is.
Yeah, that didn't show on the screen.
What
This is
didn't
not.
show on the screen?
This is not
He
fair.
wants you to scroll up to CD7.
He wants, you need to share it. It's not showing on the screen.
Can anybody see this?
Yeah,
No.
Mark, I see it.
I can see it.
I don't see it. I'm looking
Now I
at
do.
17 of you.
And to be clear, that's Albemarle County and CD7. That's the sliver.
How many hands do you see?
Thank you.
All right. It looks like we have 3 hands, 3 folks. If your hand is up, we're considering that a vote against B.
Recommend a recall on the vote, please.
We're still in the process of voting, so if you want to vote nay, this is
I
the
want to vote
opportunity.
aye because now I see what the distribution is. Thank you.
Well, our votes will be assumed that it's anybody that did not vote in the negative.
Is there
And
an
so if you
option
want-
to abstain?
All right, I'll give you that in one moment. We have.
It's
5.
unclear. The presentation was unclear, so there's no way to really vote, honestly.
Exactly. There's no. This chart should have been distributed.
How many people? How many people?
4 people.
Okay, I have 4 people voting no. 5 people voting no. All right. Anyone wishing to abstain?
I vote no. I don't know how to put a no vote into this machine.
Okay, we can record that. I have a couple people that are still. Okay, we have another 5 abstentions. 4 abstentions. All right. Thank you so much. All right. That passed, and we are moving forward with option B. Mark, anything else?
No, there'll be more information to come.
Okay. All right, and we will be sending out something to the entire committee related to redistricting. There's as you all know, there's a lot of things changing. Even as we were in our steering committee, we learned that the Supreme Court has acted on Texas, and a lot of what we're doing in Virginia is triggered and based upon what other states are doing. This is not a fight we picked. It was a fight that was put in our laps by Donald Trump and led by Texas. And so we will continue to work, and we will continue in the process that we've always had until we see something different. And our biggest challenge is we need to go through, as it relates to making a final decision, is we need to go through the legislative process and then potentially go through to the voters for them to approve redistricting before we know if we are going to make any changes. So we will move forward, as you all just did, with sort of business as usual, and we'll be fully prepared to pivot if necessary. Anyone have any questions associated with this? For myself or Mark? All right. Anyone else have any new business? Any members have any new business? Harrison, go right ahead.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. I was wondering, in regards to future DPVA central votes and other actions, if there is a way we can move forward with trying to find alternate ways of doing voting beyond, say, voice vote over Zoom or whatnot. It just seems like it always, from the few times I've attended these meetings, whether on Zoom or in person, there seems to always be sometimes a kerfuffle and all that stuff. And I'm just wondering if there's any chance we could explore for future central votes and stuff to find some other way to do that. Sorry, that was a little rambly. Thank you again for the time.
I most certainly agree, and that won't happen again.
So bad in his job.
Anyone else? All right. With that, I think that concludes our business. Hopefully, you all will have a blessed holiday, and we will see you at the in the new year. And we will continue to work forward towards making sure that we reorganize. And good luck and God bless you as you do that on a local level, and be prepared to do that on a congressional district level. But thank you all for the support. This has been an awesome year thus far. A lot to celebrate with Abigail Spanberger, Gonzalo Hashmi, and Jay Jones, and our 64 members in the House of Delegates. It's going to be pretty cool when Abigail Spanberger gives her State of the Commonwealth address. For the first time, we will see Her Excellency, and there will be 88 members, 88 Democrats in that room. You will have 55 Republicans in that room on the floor. You will have the 19 in the Republican senators. You will have the measly 36 Republican House members, and you will have 21 Democratic senators and 64 Democrat House members, along with our Attorney General, Lieutenant Governor, and Governor. So 88 folks from the Democratic Party and 55 from the Republican Party. And that is in large thanks to you and the work that you put in. And I'm just so thrilled that our side of the aisle is so diverse. It's also cool to think that on the House side, we have more women on the Democratic side than the Republicans have on their in their entire caucus. And so this is a lot of work that's been a long time coming. When I came into the House, in 2015, it was the reverse. They had 36 members and we had 34. I mean, they had 66 members and we had 34. And so it's been a lot of work to turn this around, but you all did it. And so for that, I say thank you and enjoy your holiday.